The Truth versus Heresy. I dreamt I was in a church with Sister A. Priests and men of God of different caliber were seated, bishops, apostles, preachers, etc. Sister A and I were sitting at the back. I found myself asking the preachers sitting at the back why the true gospel wasn't being preached. It made them turn their heads as if they were saying, "What do you mean by true gospel?" I replied, "The hope of the resurrection of the dead." They all looked confused and wondered what I was saying. Sister A and I started talking, and before we knew it, everybody had turned their heads to look at us. At one point, I was standing on a pulpit, but soon I found out that I was in a desert alone. I had been banished from the church for speaking heresy. In the desert, I was happy, and then I felt power surge into me. I found myself singing, "Come unto him, all ye lands, the resurrection and your salvation." I was singing it out. It was so strong in my heart that the melody and the sound of the song was still on my lips when I woke up, though I eventually forgot it. When I started singing, I also started dancing. I didn't know where the guitar came from. Before the guitar started playing, I sang only with my voice. Then I saw someone walk past there in the wilderness. She turned and smiled, and it was another sister named Sorobon, which means the way of the king or Lord. She came and joined me in the song. We sang and danced, and immediately people came out from nowhere. I don't know where the multitude came from, but they all came, smiling to my song. Everybody joined a line, like formation in ranks, like soldiers, except that we all had the same dancing steps and styles. As I sang, everybody danced. 22nd November 2016, Sister N.O. Copyright, Gamwatch. Scriptures. As we have said before, so now I say again, if anyone is preaching to you a gospel contrary to the one you received, let him be accursed. Galatians 1:9. Now if Christ is proclaimed as raised from the dead, how can some of you say that there is no resurrection of the dead? But if there is no resurrection of the dead, then not even Christ has been raised. And if Christ has not been raised, then our preaching is in vain, and your faith is in vain. If in this life only we have hoped in Christ, we are of all people most to be pitied. 1 Corinthians 15:12-14 and verse 19. And as they spoke unto the people, the priests and the captain of the temple and the Sadducees came upon them, being grieved that they taught the people and preached through Jesus the resurrection from the dead. Acts 4:1-2. And many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And those who are wise shall shine as the brightness of the sky, and those who turn many to righteousness shall shine as the stars forever and ever. Daniel 12:2. When the true gospel is preached, it will offend all who do not humbly receive the word. Galatians 5:11. The true gospel is the gospel of the cross, that Jesus suffered, died, and was raised as a forerunner of what is coming, and we in turn should live ready to die daily in the hope of a resurrection of the dead. This resurrection will be of the body and on earth. And since the enemy knows that our life in the present determines our life in the next ages, he strives to take our eyes off the future. Isaiah 4:3. A voice cries in the wilderness, "Prepare the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God."